Wow, Forsen.
Wow. We have a little bit of a friendly banter going on between these two players, where Forsen said that he would never lose to someone as bad as Masa.
Hang on. Let's rephrase that. What Forsen said is, I'm having more lag than I'm used to playing with. I'm surprised at your skill level, and I thank you for the good game on Tal'Darim Altar.
Yeah, that was basically what happened there. And Masa said, oh, thank you, man. Don't be so kind. Next time when I secretly expand, I will tell you where it is.
We can see now, guys, where that reputation Forsen has comes from. He's a spirited young man.
He has a lot of passion. You need passion, though. If you have no passion, if the flame is not burning anymore, Ben.
If you don't care, you can't win.
No, that's really
Unless
true.
you're Stefano.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's not true. I used to like to talk from my own experiences. When I was young, I was always so nervous when I went to Warcraft 3 tournaments. I'm not going to say that's the reason why I lost most of them, but I felt I was very young. And in the latter days, I just felt like maybe I was very realistic, that I know that I was a decent player, but I was not going to win. So I was actually very relaxed about it, and I just didn't care that much anymore. But on that moment, I also got scared. I felt like maybe it's time to move on, but it wasn't, Ben. I just had to find my passion in a different way, and that was commentating Warcraft 3, and I had a ton of fun doing that.
I went to a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament once, and it was a Naga. And the previous year, I had finished 3rd place in my division, and so I came back and I was going to do I think 1 to 2 year class, right? So if you've been doing it for less than 2 years, this is the division you compete in. But because I had finished 3rd place last time, they made me go up and compete in the next highest division. And I was so nervous, and I was so scared, so I was defeated before the game even began. And
wow, I'm so surprised that he didn't want to use that Marine ban. I really felt that he maybe even could have taken out that Overlord, don't you think so?
Maybe. Overlord's pretty fast.
Yeah, that's true, but he could have done... Look, even now he's going to bring it down to 135. I think it would have been very, very close. But well. He doesn't, so he's going for the 1 gas fast expand build over here. Forsen going for the traditional hedge first. He's going to follow it up. He has a couple of overlords in position. Has to be careful with them. Of course, you don't want to make it too obvious, because then the Terran players might just use that Rex for high ground vision and take out these overlords early on.
I think it's so funny that this game started with Forsen being very opinionated, and then Masa saying, "Pause, please."
Yeah. Well, Masa seems like a nice chap.
Yeah. Good dude, that Masa.
Hey Ben, I want to ask you something in the previous game which I didn't get the chance to. Do you also feel that in these games, like I don't know if you often do it, but when you try to take a hint and expand, that you also play more careless? Because you feel like, hey, I'm trading, it's okay, because I have this secret base. Because what the statistics that we saw, one moment, Terran lost 7,000 resources while Zerg lost 3.5. That's unreal. That should just not be possible. That shouldn't be happening. Do you think that maybe he wanted to lose some units just to make sure that Forsen wouldn't sit back and like run around the map?
Yeah, maybe.
Or do you have any other explanation? Because
no, that's a really good thought. I mean, generally, when you're ahead, you always want to make trades. And yeah, actually, I think that's a really great observation, Kev, because he was substantially ahead. He had that base. He was a base up all game long, and that's the exact opposite of what you want as a Zerg player. So yeah, I think you're onto something there.
Like I mean, it kind of makes sense whenever like a Protoss has more bases than a Zerg, and you just see them use War Prisms, sacrifice units left and right. But it's all good. But it's very unreal to see a TVZ happening like that, and a Zerg winning all the fights against a Terran army that's bigger and better. It's like, what's...
Terran's just like, here's an army. Here's an army.
Here's an army. And Zerg is like, okay.
Hey, this is crazy, but here's an army.
So
I'll have another one, maybe.
And he did, man. Forsen actually could have won that game, I still think, despite that base that he was behind. If he didn't sacrifice 8 overlords after the 2 fights he won. Of course, he didn't know what we know, and sometimes we would say, like, I don't understand why he's sitting back. He should just go for it. He should try to end the game right now. I guess that was the thought that went to his mind. But obviously, that was the wrong thought, as Terran always left a substantial army behind. We see a pretty quick Roach war in this game, man.
Yeah, a little all-in coming from Forsen.
But
well,
the
possibly, not necessarily. He's already up at 38 drones.
8 Roaches is a lot, man. He's gonna get Zergling speed as well. 38 drones is quite a lot, but I don't think these Roaches are gonna be able to do all that much. If we're gonna get a nice wall over here with a bunker, he's gonna get a bailing nest too. I do think he wants to go all in, but we're gonna have Banshees banned for the Terran player.
Now, as crazy as it sounds, that's not necessarily good for Terran, because he's given up a lot to get these Banshees out. He's only got 4 Marines. He hasn't built a bunker So he's going to be relying on the Banshees to do all the killing.
Yeah.
And they do not kill things that fast. So Forsen is going to have a pretty substantial window inside of which he can do damage. The problem is he's got to cross this entire map, and these Hellions are going to spot what's
if
coming.
the Zerglings die, he's going to know, and now he will know. He's going to see all those roaches, so come on, just throw down the bunkers. Just do something. Maybe even just float everything to your main base. Why not, Ben?
Instead, he's going to send his Marines down to the third where he's building the bunker. I don't even think Forsen knows about the third, does he?
No, I don't think so either. Forsen doesn't like the scout bases.
He's just like, to hell with that. I'm just going to go for the natural, and this is Masa trying to play intelligently is actually working against him here.
No, I don't think so. Imagine if he sacrifices a lot of units over here while there is another base. He's never going to be able to kill the orbital. It's triple orbital. This Banshee is going to have the time of his life. He's going to be able to pick up so many of these Banelings, man. I don't think this is all that bad for our Korean Terran player.
We'll see. Here come the Banelings. They are going to crash right into that depot wall. And whoa, huge detonations there. Where are the Zergling reinforcements? They're going to come streaming in right now.
Oh, the tank will stay alive. That's beautiful micro by the Korean Terran.
Lings are fighting the depot in the natural instead of working on these SCVs. They do finally get up.
Massive hold. Beautiful play by the Korean Terran. I think everything was brilliant. How was this not brilliant, Ben?
It was great. It was really good, but he still lost 15 SCVs.
Yeah, and he's on triple orbital. We're 9 minutes into the game. Zerg has no tech, no layer, no nothing.
I think it's about even, honestly. It's 50 drones to 25 SCVs.
But these Banshees are guaranteed damage right now. Don't you think so?
The Evo chambers aren't up yet. Is there Cloak?
Yes. There is Cloak.
Oh, okay. So with Cloak, I do agree with you. These Banshees are going to do some substantial damage. Layer is only beginning, and the Spore Crawlers won't be up anytime soon. Are the Banshees crossing the map, or are they sitting back and defending?
Yeah, one Banshee's sitting in the natural. Forsen knows, of course, about the Banshees, since the Banshee picked off quite a few drones. I still think that was very smart how he did that. If only those two Banelings, Ben, wouldn't have killed those SCVs over here, then it would have been a super hold, and then it would have been pretty much game over. Two Cloak Banshees are making their way over to the other side of the map, though. And Forsen, despite, well, right now he's on 52 drones against 27 SCVs. I think it's going to be pretty even in a minute or two when he's going to produce SCVs from triple orbital, and these Banshees are going to pick off drones. He's going to be forced to make more and more Spore Crawlers.
Yeah, I think it's going to end up being a fairly even game after all of that. Honestly, I think Forsen did just enough damage to sort of sustain the game. Banshees are going to do some killing here in the natural expand. A couple queens are coming down. Spore's going to finish and does finish. Oh, and good micro there by Forsen.
Well, I don't think 1 HP is micro anymore. These Banshees are going to be able to pick up more drones, though. I mean, this was guaranteed damage. There's not much that the Swedish Zerg can possibly do about this. This was bound to happen. One Banshee is running very low on HP. He's going to be able to pick up that queen.
And one Banshee's going to fall. The second queen's going to die, though.
Well, how many queens do we have left right now? That's the last queen, man. That hurts.
God save the queen, Kev.
Well, 3 queens are in production right now, so we're going to have a couple of additional queens on the way soon. But still, this is going to slow the larva production down quite a bit, at least.
Yeah, and that's what's going to allow Masa
look at Terran, man. Terran is pushing out right now.
Oh, he's going to push. That's actually very smart. Forsen, as we can see, is producing drones. He has no idea this is coming. Or did he see it with that Overlord? I'm not sure. He's going to make 2 Zerglings. That's not going to be enough. This third base might actually die.
Yeah, we have 2 Zerglings on the map, 2 more on the way. Infestation Pit is done right now, but obviously it's going to take quite a while before Infested spawn.
Wow.
With Penenging Lens, how many drones fell so far? Actually, just 17. I felt it was even way more than that.
Stopped reacting to the Banshee, and now I think we're going to see some more opinions from Forsen. As I believe this game is reaching its waning moments. This third base, there's nothing there to defend it.
1,200 minerals for Forsen and 1,100 gas as well, but I don't think he's ever going to be able to do something with it, at least not before losing this base and losing at least a handful of drones, if not way more. We have another Banshee in the main base as well, which has 4 kills so far. Oh, look at these drones, man.
Forsen down to 58 drones against 40 SCVs. As you predicted, Masa's done a good job of recovering. And we are going to have drones coming into the fight here. This is not going to end well. Drones do not trade very efficiently against Marines.
Nice positioning on those Marines as well. These Zerglings will not be able to clear up these Marines. Stim being used on just a few Marines here as well. And Masa is being very, very cost effective here with the few units that he has.
Yeah, very well done. More damage being taken by Forsen. 45 SCVs to 53 drones now. Tougher and tougher spot for Forsen to continue to operate from. More Marines and tanks pushing out. And looks like Masa's just getting closer and closer to sealing the deal, Kev. Forsen's going to try to throw down a macro hatch and recover. 8 infestors are coming out. There's no medevacs.
Wow, 8 infestors is massive. If he gets good fungus off, he might actually be able to stick around just a little bit longer. He had quite a bit of a bank, and we shouldn't forget, he has the upgrade advantage as well. Now, of course, what is an upgrade advantage when you barely have any Zerglings on the map? Probably not that great. Look at tanks sieging up over here. Masa's quite paranoid. He has no idea what's waiting for him. And I guess if your army is this small, you have to be a little bit paranoid.
Forsen's got no choice but to cancel this base. He is building a new one at the natural third where the infestors are going to be. And with good fungal, he's going to be okay, at least for the time being.
Yeah, there's only a single medevac with this push. Lands the second fungal, well done right there by Forsen. He's going to land the third fungal as well, going to take out most of these marines. So he's actually going to be more than just fine against this little push of Masa, and he should be able to take out...
Whoa, the tanks! No, the tanks will go into the medevac, it'll be fine. So good job there by Masa. 104 supply for Masa, 94 for Forsen.
Wow, I can't believe that Forsen is still going for a relatively quick hive, despite taking so much damage and this being such an unorthodox game so far.
It is definitely.
I mean, these are not the type of games that you can really practice for. You do quite a bit of damage with your Roachling all in, but then the Banshees do even more damage and you end up losing a base because you didn't make a single unit. These are scenarios that you maybe, if you play against Terran 50 games on Daybreak, you're going to be into a scenario like this maybe once or twice. So that he's confident enough to go for hive that quick, that surprised me a little bit.
Masa might be making a mistake by continuing to push like this. I mean, he's not got that many units, and if Forsen gets 1 or 2 more good trades...
And he doesn't even have to. He's mining more money than Forsen.
Yeah, he needs to just kind of sit back and get that...
Do a little drop.
But instead, he's going to continue pushing through the... or pushing down onto this third base. He's got a nice little spot where these tanks sieged up on the high ground, and he's going to split up a couple of these units. There's a good fungal there by... Oh, don't walk into the Marines, Forsen.
And then sacrificing 1 infest. He's just going to try to clear up this army. He's going to take out these few Marines and that siege tank as well, but he lost quite a few links. These Marines doing a lot of damage in the mineral line over here from Forsen. Fungals do land, and he will be able to clear this up, but not once more before taking a lot of economical damage.
Yeah, heavy damage. Now he's down to just 49 drones, and Forsen... actually behind Masa in the work count at this point in the game. Masa's up to 60 SCVs. These tanks just brilliantly positioned. They've got 15 kills between them. Forsen is going to go ahead and deal with it, but he's probably going to lose another infestor in the process. Yeah, he does, in fact.
Almost lost 2 of them. These Zerglings do take out these tanks, so it's not all bad news for Forsen. Forsen is going for massive upgrades despite barely having any units. This is pretty strange.
Yeah, 3-3 already. Well, I mean, it's 18 minutes. It's not that fast, but given the amount of action that we've seen, it's pretty frantic. 3-3. Another big bio push coming from Masa, and this one looks a lot scarier than the previous ones have been because it's actually a proper sized bio ball.
Yep, and just a few infestors is not going to be enough anymore. Lost 2 infestors right there while barely doing anything. With Chance running through the studio out of excitement. He's like, Fungos!
I love it when Terran wins, says Chance. Because it looks like that is, in fact, what is about to happen. Masa continuing to march forward.
I love how he's baiting all those fungus with just a few Marines. He's doing that really well. So many fungus went down already before the fight really even started. Infested Terrans dropped right now for Forsen. Forsen has a lot of money, Ben, but it's just not going to be enough. He won't have time to get those Ultralisk out in time.
He's going to have to abandon this 4th base if he's going to try to stick around. That is what he's going to do. He's got more units popping out. Unfortunately, bad rallies mean that he's sending his reinforcements right into the meat grinder. And losing many of these units. One thing that Masa has not done in all of this is build a 4th command center, Kev. So, wait, I lied. He does have a 4th command center. So he's done absolutely everything correct. And Forsen's in a lot of trouble.
I expected a lot of things of you, but not to be a liar. I really thought you were honest, man.
I wasn't trying to lie. I misspoke.
Yeah, that's what they all say. That's what they all say. How can I ever trust you again, Ben?
When a player misplays, we call him a noob. When a commentator misspeaks, nobody notices.
Yeah, we call him a liar. And that's worse, man. You're not an honest man. If you're not honest, what do you have left in life? We've seen Masa crossing the map, and with a substantial army. Army supply tab speaks for itself. 1010 over 75. Forsen once more going to try to make a final hold with Fungals. Every now and then he has good infested control. Maybe he is suffering a little bit of the lag that he was talking about several times. No cancel on this hatch. That might be one of those moments. But I just don't think it's going to change all that much.
Here we go. Ultras are pretty well upgraded. 3-3. He's just seconds away from finishing. Forsen maybe should have waited just a little while longer. I don't think it's going to matter, though. So many bio units, and everything is going to die. Forsen looks like he's going to be taken out by Masa here. 2-0. Yeah, says Forsen. This delay has been bugging me just a little bit, but well-earned victory.
Yep, you are a fantastic player. GG, well played. Good luck in the rest of the tournament is what Forsen said. And that's pretty much how it went, man.
That is exactly how it went. Great job by Masa. Very well played by Forsen. Valiant effort, but sporting to the very end. And
yeah, that was the open bracket action for today. Of course, we're going to have more of that in the upcoming days.
Excellent high-level games from beginning to end. 4 of the best StarCraft games I've ever had the privilege of casting. They were brought to you by GameMinder, the smartphone app that allows you to set reminders for video game releases and NASL broadcasts.
Yeah, man. Who could have ever thought that like 2.5 years into this thing, that scouting was still such a big issue? Like, you know, I told you this story several times about how in the beta I used to send these replays to Naniwa on Scrap Station because I had this sick build back in the days when Naniwa was in Gold League and I was in Silver League. I was like, hey Nani, I got a build on Scrap Station, and I always took the secret gold base, you know, like the one in the middle. And then I sent in this replay. He's like, I like that strategy. I think it's coming back in fashion, man.
My favorite story from those exchanges was Naniwa's proxy void raise against
Hey-Pro.
He's like, hey, check out this great build. Proxies 2 Stargates in Hey-Pro's natural. Never saw it coming.
And he's like, did you see it? He never saw it coming. I was like, well done, Naniwa. All right, guys, we're going to head over to a small commercial break. Then we'll be right back finally with regular action of the NASL Season 3, Week 9, Division 4. We're going to have Red versus Select and Idra versus Cruncher versus Alive.
That's right. Should be some great games. Chance is excited. We're excited. We'll be back with NASL regular season action.